In the headlines, Taraba State Government relaxes 24-hour curfew in Karim community over clashes. Federal Government to complete Abuja-Kaduna Road project by first quarter of 2024. Court orders Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan Buhari governments to account for $5 billion Abacha loot. And on the foreign scene, body of missing Mexican journalist found with signs of violence. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update at this hour. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Aisha Salihu. We begin with Taraba State, where Governor of the state, Agbu Kefas, has relaxed the 24-hour curfew in Karim town and its surroundings. This follows a positive engagement with key players of the feuding communities in the Karim Lamido local government area. A statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Yusuf Sadar, on Saturday said the curfew now takes effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily as a result of the dousing of tension in the area. The statement added that the curfew was eased by 12 hours due to the positive outcome of further constructive engagement noticed by the governor between the Wurkun and Karinja community leaders. The governor had convened an emergency meeting with security agencies and critical stakeholders to resolve the crisis in Karim Lamido local government area. With significant decisions being made, the leaders subsequently traveled to their communities to inform their people of the resolution of the discussion. Niger State Governor Mohammed Bago has directed security agencies in the state to begin stop and search operations to curb insecurity in the state. Governor Bago also disclosed that plans were on to ensure that schools that had remained under lock due to banditry would be reopened and internally displaced persons would return to their ancestral homes. Bago gave the order when he visited the Emir of Mina, Umar Farouk Bahago, in his palace in Mina, the state capital, over the robbery incident that happened on Tuesday afternoon, during which 2 palace guards were shot by gunmen.
We have come to Mina today again to also commiserate with His Royal Highness over the last incidents of robbery attack at the palace, and we have come to reassure him and Nigerites they are on top of situation, and by the grace of God we will bring those people to book. And we have also given a marching order for stop and search in the Mina metropolis. This will commence from today, and our exits will definitely be blocked for thorough checks by the grace of God. The state government is going to launch fertilizer on Monday, in a subsidized rate for our farmers to be able to go back to farm and continue farming.
Still on security matters, the Benue State Police Command on Saturday killed 8 suspected bandits after a militia gang invaded Akpuna village in the Okum local government area of the state. Reports say a militia gang invaded Akpuna village, Okum LGA of Benue State, and were shooting sporadically at about 12 p.m. on Saturday. Police teams, in collaboration with other security agencies, rushed to the area and engaged the bandits, who were eventually repelled. It was further gathered that 8 corpses were recovered at the scene, while many other injured persons were taken to the hospital for treatment. Many persons were injured in a renewed cold clash that occurred on Saturday in the Ajagunle area of Ajeromi Ifelodun local government area of Lagos State. The renewal clash was the fallout of the 777-day celebration marked by cult gang members every year. Daily Trust reports that the fracas started at Okpale Street, but that it later spread to other parts. The fracas has also created heavy tension in Ajagunle. Armed policemen have since been deployed to maintain peace. The Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hindane confirmed the incident, saying 2 suspects have been arrested for their alleged involvement in the fracas. Just recently, a naval rating identified as Harrison was hacked down by suspected cult member at Olowojeun Jeje Street, also in Ajegunle. The Zamfara State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has arrested 27 suspects for various offenses. The offenses range from phone snatching, stealing, membership of gangs of thieves, and involvement in the illicit trade of granular ammonium sulfate gas and muriate of potash in the Gusau metropolis. Here's the report.
The Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC Zamfara State Command, Iko Uche, who paraded the suspects at the State Command headquarters in Gusau on behalf of the state's Commandant Sani Mustafa, said 22 of the male suspects were arrested with dangerous weapons and belong to some criminal gangs that specialize in phone snatching and other criminal activities in the state. He said the suspects were arrested with dangerous weapons such as knives and cables meant for strangling their victims. The NSCDC Command's Public Relations Officer also disclosed that 3 girls within the age bracket of 20 were arrested at about 11:30 p.m. with substances suspected to be intoxicants along the Top Town Hotel's bypass, Gusau. He said that one of the suspects was arrested with a military uniform, which he uses to harass his victims in the Gusau metropolis.
The following group of suspected criminals were arrested at the odd hours of 6 July 2023 from various areas of the Gusau metropolis marked as black spots, where criminals hibernate and carry out nefarious activities such as phone snatching and other dangerous activities.
Oche told newsmen that about 108 unauthorized fertilizer imports meant for industrial blending of fertilizers were impounded from some illicit dealers of the product in Gusau, the state capital.
And subsequently bust into dealers of illicit products, mostly granular ammonium sulfate gas and muriate of potash, more at Canteen area of Gusau Metro, Zamfara State.
The Corps assured that it will charge the suspects to court after investigations are concluded on the matter.
The Federal Ministry of Works and Housing has assured Nigerians that the ongoing reconstruction project of Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway will be completed in the first quarter of 2024. The ministry's permanent secretary, Mahmouda Maman, stated this while speaking with newsmen shortly after inspecting the ongoing project. Here's the report.
The permanent secretary attributed the slow pace of the project to the security challenges hitherto experienced on the Abuja-Kaduna axis of the road, stressing that now that the situation has improved significantly, the contractor has promised to complete the whole project by first quarter of 2024.
The assessment from the Abuja-Kaduna end, a lot of problems. But why the project actually slowed down is mainly because of the security challenges. Now that the situation has improved, the contractor has actually promised to deliver that by the first quarter of next year, the whole length of the project is going to be completed. And I think we are going to take his timeline and go along that way.
Despite the funding challenges, Mama expressed hope that the road will be completed on time.
The funding challenges we are having is along the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway. And this is a new administration that is determined to deliver services to Nigerians. And they are also committed, and this is also a high priority project. And I'm sure with the priority that they are given, the funding is not going to be an issue. And that's why we promise you that it's going to be completed on time.
He explained that the essence of the familiarization visit is to see the challenges and find solutions to mitigate the problem. Maman also expressed satisfaction with the quality of the road project, urging the contractor to deliver on time. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
A federal high court in Abuja has ordered the disclosure of the spending details of about $5 billion Abacha loot recovered by the governments of former presidents Olusegun Obasanjo, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Jonathan, and Muhammadu Buhari. The court ordered the government of President Bola Tinubu to disclose the exact amount of money stolen by General Sani Abacha from Nigeria and the total amount of Abacha loot recovered, and all agreements signed on same by the governments of former Presidents Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan, and Buhari. The judgment was delivered last week by Justice James Kolawole Omotosho following a Freedom of Information suit brought by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project. In his judgment, Justice Omotosho held that the application by SERAP is meritorious and the federal government, through the Ministry of Finance, is hereby ordered to furnish SERAP with the full spending details of about $5 billion Abacha loot within 7 days of the judgment. Farmers in Zaria have attributed high cost of fertilizer to lack of patronage on improved seed. Adamu Mohammed, a peasant farmer in Zaria, said the improved seed has high demand for fertilizer compared to local seeds. He explained that farmers always go for easy-to-purchase inputs due to the high cost of assorted fertilizer. Mohammed, however, urged the government to subsidize farm inputs to enable peasant farmers afford the improved seed with ease. Speaking to Trust TV in Zaria, an agronomist from the Institute of Agricultural Research, ABU Zaria, Professor Adamu Salihu Dadari, said farmers could no longer access good seeds due to high inflation.
Well, we have been complaining for government to subsidize farm input, such as fertilizer, improved seeds, and chemical pesticides for the farmers to afford buying to boost agricultural production in Nigeria, so that we can not only feed ourselves, but we also export to raise our GDP. But because of political terrain operating in Nigeria, most of the politicians concerned is how to win and get money for their utilization. Therefore, we are praying and calling for the government to look at it critically and make good observation for the advancement of Nigeria rather than.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at trending female hairstyles. Details of this story and more after the break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Trust TV, where we document the Nigerian story. Our programming showcases the rich culture and diversity of Nigeria. We strive to amplify the voices that make our nation unique. Our programming is designed to take you on a journey through the different tastes of entertainment in our country. We showcase the best of Nigerian culture, from traditional craft to cutting-edge technology. Our team of expert journalists are dedicated to unveiling the intricacies of our culture and telling the untold stories that binds us all. And let's not forget the food. Nigeria has diverse and flavorful cuisines, some of the favorites to millions across the world. What is Nigeria without its people, their passions and their talent? Trust TV is not just a channel, it's a platform that brings you closer to everything that makes Nigeria great. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you're just joining in, this is the news update on Trust TV. A recap of some of our top stories. We told you that Taraba government relaxes 24-hour curfew in Karim community over clashes. Federal government to complete Abuja-Kaduna road project by first quarter of 2024. Moving now to other stories, following the pronouncement of 50% downward review of school fees by Governor Agbu Kefas for the students of Taraba State University, the management of the school says it has begun implementing the review from the new academic session of 2022-2023. The Director of Information and Publicity of the Taraba State University, Sanusi Saad, disclosed this in an interview with Trust TV. Here's our report.
Improving the educational sector is one of the cardinal objectives of Taraba State Governor Agbu Kefas. The governor paid an unscheduled visit recently to Taraba State University, where he visited some school facilities, among them the female hostel, among other places in the school. The Director of Information and Publicity of the school, Sanusi Saad, said the executive order, according to the governor, is with immediate effect, but the management of the school advised the governor that the implementation of the new fee should take effect from the next session, which commences in about 3 weeks' time, since the students are now busy writing their last semester examination.
For a governor that is just about a month and a half old in the office, to pay a visit to us in the university, who have a history of so problematic relation between us and the government, this case is a very big moral booster to us.
Some students who commended the effort of the governor added that the change will ease their academic activities.
Despite I'm a final year student now, I've graduated. How I wish Agbu Kefas was around during my time. At least it will be something that I'll be very, very happy.
When I came out from the exam, I was going out online and I saw it that our present governor said our school fees has been reduced for the 50% impact. I was so happy.
Now a lot of people who are less privileged that cannot afford to pay their school fees, with the 50% reduction of school fees, a lot of people can come to school. As you can see, people are dropped out of school because of the high rate of percentage of pay school fees.
They described the governor as a pace setter sent to rescue the people of Taraba and take the state to the next level.
Because now things are hard and apparently are finding difficult to find more difficult. With this it has really helped most of the students, which most of us find it difficult paying our school fees. We go through challenges before paying school fees. But now that it has reduced it, I think we are grateful for that. We thank God for that.
It will help others, even people that cannot afford to pay, people from villages that could not afford to pay. At least the school fees is now affordable. Everyone can now come and school. So we really thank the government because they are really trying.
Some parents commended the efforts of the state governor not only in the area of improving the educational sector, but also in health, agriculture, and other sectors.
I wish to commend the governor for this wonderful initiative. Before now, we all know that Taraba State University has suffered a couple of strikes, owing to the fact that some lecturers have been owed some money, and I think that was like as because of the backlog of the inherited debts from the former government. So this, I think, is a welcome development.
Yeah, it's a nice work. In fact, this is what we voted for. And we have been praying for a nice government, and God has given us the man that has come to wipe away our tears.
They called on students to reciprocate the efforts of the government by studying hard and maintaining the school's image. The school management promised to give the governor maximum cooperation to ensure an effective and smooth running of the institution.
It's indeed commendable and a welcome development by the Taraba State government. Now moving on, a woman's hairstyle has over time been seen as an enhancer of their physical appearance. This underscores the proliferation of salons and other hair care outlets dedicated to either selling hair extensions or other items dedicated to hair making. In this report, Victoria Tokolo takes a look at how the business of hairdos changes women's look. This report is presented from our studio.
More often than not, the consensus that a woman has an appealing persona is a direct pointer to how beautiful her hairstyle is. This hairstyle sometimes come with extensions known as wigs or attachments, while others are made with the natural hair. A visit to some hairstyling shops and salons in Lagos reveals that most ladies prefer to style their hair using enhancements as against their natural hair. This has created a source of income for most young ladies, including the male folks who have taken wig making as a source of income. A hairdresser, Ro Luaye, speaks on the look wig gives women and girls.
As Africans generally, specifically, we have really curly hair, the 4C type of hair. And having 4C hair, the porosity levels are high. Like if you have natural hair and you pour water on it, the length is long, but before you know, shrinkage and everything. And it's not easy to maintain. But having a wig, just put your hair in all back, you're already looking classy and elegant to go. But the 4C hair it's a beautiful type of hair, but it takes a lot of effort.
Orolua Jacob, an undergraduate, speaks on why women and ladies, more often than not, prefer to go on wigs than their natural hair.
Wear wig to enhance their beauty. Even like, okay, for example now, everybody is beautiful in their own sense. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Everybody is beautiful. But then some people think they are not beautiful enough, and then they have to enhance their beauty. So they use wigs, they use makeup, they use every other thing possible to be able to enhance their beauty and make them more beautiful. So I think that, in my own opinion, people wear wigs to enhance their beauty.
For many, adorning themselves in wigs gives them a more formal and official look that is suitable for the workplace.
Wigs as beauty to women and for easy combing. You know, at times the stress of combing your hair. So if you're using wig as well, it's going to ease that stress and it's going to make women stand out. Like using wig, I know there are different types of wigs. You know, you have women hair, we have they call it frontal and all stuff like that. So it makes them look classic and all that.
Whatever one's reason is for using natural or artificial hair, the consensus is that when properly styled, it gives women an improved outlook and boosts their confidence.
Now away from Nigeria, the body of a Mexican journalist missing for days has been found in the state of Nayarit, according to the State Public Prosecutor's Office. Luis Martinez Sanchez worked for the newspaper La Jornada. He had been missing since Wednesday, and his wife filed a missing persons report with the authorities on Friday. His body was found on the outskirts of the city of Tepic on Saturday. It was not immediately clear how the 59-year-old journalist died, but authorities estimated his death occurred 24 to 48 hours before his body was found. The prosecutor, in a statement, said the body was found with signs of violence and 2 handwritten signs on it. Handwritten signs are frequently left by drug cartels with the bodies of victims, but the office said the motive for the killing was still under investigation. And finally, in sports news, German Bundesliga sides VfB Stuttgart and Augsburg are keenly interested in Southampton's forward Paul Onuachu. This was revealed by Sky Deutschland's transfer market expert Florian Plettenberg, who has reported that both Bundesliga outfits have held talks with the Super Eagles forward. According to Plettenberg, Onuachu is demanding a huge salary, which is said to be €1.5 million per year, a figure considered too much for Augsburg. The Bavaria-based side scored 42 goals last season, which is one of the fewest in the Bundesliga, and escaped relegation by the Whiskers, which explains their interest in the former Genk forward. For VfB Stuttgart, Onuachu is considered as a replacement for Serhou Guirassy, who finished as their top scorer last season and has been linked with an exit from the club. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust TV News Update at this hour. Do not forget to follow us across all of our social media platforms. Join us on our YouTube live stream for more news updates, documentary, and program. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thanks for watching.